have about 178 students here at St. James. We're in the south side of Oklahoma City. It is a very old building. Our school was built in 1956.
The school started with 4 classrooms, and we got the sisters from Leavenworth, Kansas, to come down and build a small convent. And finally, after 5 years, the school was entirely finished.
I think we're a special community because here in Oklahoma, we have so many different areas. We have forests, we have deserts, Great Plains. We just have a little bit of everything here.
I'm here at St. James. This is my 6th year. I'm a 5th grade teacher. I love the school. It has been a tremendous family for me. The priest that was here wanted nice, bright colors, and that really attracted me because I love color. It just gives everyone an upbeat feeling.
One of the reasons why we wanted to get the Mitsubishi train system is because having the temperature control in each classroom, that's going to give our students more learning time when it comes to their academics. Teachers focusing more on that instead of how hot the classroom is or how cold the classroom is.
We're loading up, these are the grills for the cassettes. These are the finished grills that go up against the ceiling. And then we're loading up the line sets, which is the popper lines that carry the refrigerant to the cassettes.
When I was here earlier, we would have a window unit here, and we would have another window unit down there. The window units were both a heating and air. Those did not work very well at all.
It was either blasting AC or blasting heat, so I would actually have one on the AC and one was on heat just to kind of get a medium room temperature. So it was kind of crazy.
They were loud. It took the kids' attention away from what they were doing, so that they were unable to focus. Sometimes they didn't even work. A couple of times we actually had to wear our coats in class.
We did this job here at St. James because my father's the deacon and he's the one that gave me the connection to talk to the folks here about putting in a VRF system.
Hendrik, my son, had been educated on this new system. And he said, "Dad, this is going to work great for you because you can run those pipes to every room and we can do it quite easily without doing any damage."
I got everybody new safety glasses. We want to make sure we have these on all the time because the ceilings are really old. There's lots of crumbs.
We started working on the St. James Catholic School. Before they had window units, which were extremely loud, and they had the boiler system, which was very costly to them.
This system would do everything they need to do, and it would do it at a lower cost, save them a bunch of money, and they'd gain space.
We were able to take that old boiler that'd been there for 50 years, we were able to toss it out and make a nice room out of it.
The room we're actually going to is a conference room now, and it's beautiful. It used to be their boiler room. The boiler room is no longer a boiler room, it's a beautiful conference room. So, yeah, it's gonna shock you when you see it.
Waddy Wolf started out 76 years ago as a small plumbing and appliance repair shop back in the 1950s. And in about 20 years, we took the leap to more of larger commercial construction on the HVAC and plumbing side. We found a niche in having older clients of ours that have older facilities that don't have the room for a more traditional HVAC system. We find a way to upgrade their HVAC system for them without aesthetically messing with their historical building.
So whenever I think about installation with a traditional system, you have a lot of ductwork that's traditionally involved. You have a lot of power wiring, you have a lot of piping. Whereas now with a VRF system, you're just setting cassettes down at the field, you're setting branch boxes and your outdoor unit. The interconnection is done with just simple copper piping, and the wiring is highly simplified.
That's where the VRF is so great. It's a couple of pipes and a drain and a little bit of electrical wiring. And you can have a central heat and air system without having to take down walls and build fur downs, and you just don't have to destroy a bunch of stuff.
There's not really a whole lot to these. Everything right here is all your electronics, fan section, a drain section right up here. That's what the styrofoam is. Of course, all the air blows out right here, sucks up through the center, discharges it out here on the sides. For an older guy like me, it's a change. A lot of technology, digital controls, and there just has to be a lot of care put into the installation. And the better the installation, of course, the better the outcome of the work.
These systems have to be installed correctly the first time. Our technicians take great pride in installing these systems correctly so that they perform the way that they should, so that we don't have any callbacks, we don't have any problems with the systems once they're installed, and we really haven't had any.
A lot of these older buildings, older systems were zoned to where 3 or 4 offices were sharing one VAV box, and whoever has a thermostat has control over all 4 spaces. The VRF system, every single person has their own control over their own classroom, whatever it may be. It's an easy sell because of the comfort aspect of it and everyone having the control of their own space.
On the thermostat, this is extremely easy to use. I can easily adjust the temperature. I can adjust my fan. What I really thought was an added benefit is changing the direction of the vanes. If I want it to blow in a different direction or more up or more down, then I can control that.
Students have increased their test scores in our school in the past few years only because now students are focusing more on the teacher and not on the other distractions when it came to having to control their body climate in the classroom. And so it has been definitely a game changer when it comes to that.
I get more joy out of going in and upgrading an old system rather than a plan and spec job because they see firsthand the upgrades right away.
We didn't have to damage anything in the classrooms. The pipes, instead of the ductwork, was simple to put in. Teachers could control their own temperatures. Plus, the units run very efficiently, and the price of our bills has gone down quite a bit, about a third.
Typical equipment uses about 3.8 kilowatts per ton. This stuff gets down to like 1.4. It gets way down there. If we could get a third of the buildings in the U.S. to use this equipment, that would cut carbon emissions, that would cut energy usage. It would do wonders, not just for the United States, but for the world. I'm not a scientist, but I've been around a long time, and I can tell that we are affecting things in the world. And I want to do something to make that better before I go, so my kids have it better. And I believe this is one way to do it, is with the VRF high-efficiency system.
We're all looking to help with making sure that we are more efficient in all of the things that we do. We're a school. We need to teach our children about safe environment and the things that they do. We all need to be a part of it. You can't just think that somebody else is going to do it for us.
You make a lot of promises as a salesperson to try to get the customer to spend good money on good equipment. And I tried not to make any promise that wouldn't happen. And so far, every promise I've made has come true to the customer. And that feels really good. And especially since it's my father.